So let's see, today is about life design and to design one's life, to design my life. And part of me feel like it is to design our own life assumes that we control everything that is in our own life. And part of me feel like that is valid, but also part of me feels like it is not valid because I can control what I output, but I cannot control the input. Right? I can decide what I do, and what I do would kind of create the ripples in the world, and where that ripple is going to hit or go, I don't have control over that. But however, I do have control over where I can create a ripple. And that I feel like comes into play when it comes to positioning myself. And to position myself in a way that I create a ripple where I want to perhaps be notified. Create a ripple where I want to be seen in that way. So for example, I want to create an impact in a sense of expressing my artistic abilities. So that is a better ripple to create than if I would to do something that I don't like. Now, let's say doing something that I don't like. For instance, let's say I work at a restaurant. I don't quite enjoy that. But however, doing that will also create ripples to perhaps get me closer to where I want to be. So by no means, like when I say that create a ripple of where we want to be, that also implies that creating a ripple is better to create no ripple. So taking a step is better than taking no steps. So in a way that I can control the outcome of my own life to a certain degree, right? I can control where I create ripples in the world. So to that extent, I have control over. And to design my life is to kind of decide where I want to create some sort of noise, a ripple in this world. And to design it is to first know where I want to be thrown into the world. Where do I want to be present in the world? And I've decided that I know that my field of expression is art. So expressing myself through that medium is a lot better than if I were to do it in a sense of, let's say, physical work. Because my physical work is not going to be on par with someone who is physically more able than I am. I use my mental ability a lot more than I do than my physical ability. So that is my upper hand in this world, or my advantage to who I am. And also imagine myself of where I don't want to be thrown into the world. Like imagine myself if I was to be thrown into a forest instead of like a lake, and that is a place where I don't want to be. So to put it differently, I wouldn't want to position myself in a city because in the city I don't like the environment and I don't like the noises in the city. I don't like the feeling of being crowded. So these are the things that I don't like to be, just where the environment, the noise, and the place, everything encountered or kind of put together in one place. Like if I were to be thrown in a jungle, like I wouldn't want to be there. Versus if I were to be thrown in a lake, I think that would be a lot nicer. Versus if I were to be thrown in a city. So in a way, design my life in a sense of how do I envision my life, and that way I can get a step closer to achieving that. So envision myself where I want to be, and I can kind of throw the rock in that direction. Perhaps it has to go through a city first before I can go there. But I know that once I am thrown into a place where I don't like to be, then I can pick it up again and throw it further away from where I am. And that kind of brings me a step closer to where I want to be. So I pick myself up, throw in a direction, and I find myself up in a city. And I'm like, okay, I don't like this. Pick myself up, throw myself again. I get kind of like further away from the city. I was like, okay, this is kind of nice. And suddenly I pick myself up and throw myself into a jungle. I'm like, okay, this is maybe not too nice, but I kind of like the tranquility of where I am. So maybe that's nice. Okay, let's throw it a little bit back, but in another direction. And slowly but surely, I work my way towards a place where I like to be. And that is also taking into consideration of what is happening around. So in a sense of if I'm thrown in a place where there's no resources, then suddenly I find myself short in that way. So thinking about these things, I was riding my bike in the city the other day, and sometimes we see something in the distance. Like, I don't know about you guys, but when I, let's say, drive on a freeway and I'm coming back from out of town and I see the city, and at first it looks like it's so far away that it would take like at least like an hour or two. But my map shows that it is like 20 minutes away before I get back. And in my head, like, I can't comprehend that because it looks so far, but it is a lot closer than I think. So I was riding the bike the other day to the city, and looking at the city from where I'm at, it looks so far. I think it would take me at least 30 minutes to get there. But once I'm on the bike, I ride, and suddenly like I'm in the city within like 15 minutes. And that made me think about like the things that I think about in life. The more I think about something, the further away it gets. It's not like the more I think about something, the closer it gets. It always gets further. Like, it doesn't get any closer. But what do get closer is actions. Actions that I take will always bring me closer than the thoughts. The more I think about something, the further it gets. The more action I take towards something, the closer I'll get. And that is a fact. So I can think about, let's say I see a mountain in the distance, I can think about it, but the more I start to think about like, oh my, like I want to go there, the more I'm kind of gonna spook myself out and talk myself out of it. And I don't know about you guys, but there's moments where there's like a like I want to take an action on something. Like I decide, I say, okay, I want to, let's say, approach a person or take action of something that is happening right now. And the more I think about it, the more I'm likely to talk myself out of it. But versus if I don't think about it and just do it, it doesn't matter if I did it bad or did it not so good. It is always better to do it than not do it, in most cases. But in that way, it kind of got me thinking about life design, how I can design my life. And this was something that I didn't think it was possible before, because I felt like life is what it gives and what life is what is provided. And kind of like I felt helpless in a way that I didn't have control over my life. But when you think about it, we do have control over what we do have control over, but there's things that we don't have control over. And that's not the concern. What we do have control over is essentially throwing a rock and creating a ripple. And choosing where we want to create that ripple is in our control. Like positioning ourselves, the action we take will create the ripple. Where we take that action will create a ripple. When we take that action creates a ripple. The consistency that we take will create that ripple. So just everything that is within our control and with the direction in mind is what creates the life design. And if you made it this far into the podcast, I'd like to thank you. My name is Tian and you're listening to Define Roots. And yeah, I personally like to thank you for tuning in this far to the last bit of the podcast. And once again, I would like to thank you for listening and spending your time here. And I wish that you have a great day ahead of you, night, or a journey. And I wish nothing but the greatest to everyone around you. See you tomorrow. Cheers.